BGS is a furniture producer. We are one of the biggest furniture producers in the Czech Republic. We have around 400 employees here in Humpolec. We have two factories, BGS Components and BGS Czech. And then in Ukraine, we have BGS Furniture and BGS Components. We have one customer. It is a multinational furniture supply chain, very well known. We are producing furniture in traditional Scandinavian design, and we are supplying North America, some destination in Asia Pacific, but most of the business is for Europe.
The bed I'm sitting on is produced in this facility, and conventionally we use spraying technology to apply several layers of the paint on the part. We had to run through the line 2 times, and there was a lot of waste of the material along the way because of inefficiency of the spraying process. We were challenged by our customer to push the technology a little bit further. That was the reason why we defined the new setup of the roller coating line.
In the past, our main product, the components for it, we had to pass 4 times to cover both surfaces with spraying technology, with spraying the base coat and then the top coat. But then we developed a technology of soft rollers using the 100% UV Cure by the LED lamps. We are able to run it one surface in one pass.
When we developed technology setup for the profile parts, we selected, instead of conventional lamps, LED curing. We were looking for the right partner to help us with the implementation of LED. We are in the business where we need to achieve the quality of the curing and to make our furniture as affordable as possible, so cost is also an important factor for us. We wanted to do really thorough testing to ensure that we can achieve maximum speed and capacity without compromising the quality. We really wanted to see the performance of this LED in practice. We utilized the opportunity to travel to the Swedish laboratory of one of the paint suppliers and then spend a week testing 3 different suppliers of the LED lamps. And we found out that GW was the best. With the conventional mercury lamps, you see degradation and variation over time, which is of course affecting the quality of the products coming out of the line. So if you use LED, it is producing consistently much more flat output, which is ensuring that your quality is much more stable as well.
This investment gives us the opportunity to build a double capacity. We can offer more resistant surface for final customer. We are able to save energy and save lacquers and avoid higher waste. And of course, from a sustainability point of view, it's a huge progress as well.
LEDs can start and be switched off immediately. If the parts are not coming through the line, we can react almost instantaneously to these situations and stop the curing process and save energy there. You cannot do this for conventional lamps. Implementation of the GW line allowed us to push the machine to the limit, which is around 30 meters. Usage of the LED lamps is also much more convenient for the operators because thanks to the direct integration into the line control, they don't have to pay attention to it. It's working flawlessly. If you have better control over your process, you can significantly reduce the scrap which is coming out of your lines. Our customer is really building their brand on environmental friendliness, so we follow with what we do here. We have installed energy management system, which is controlling and constantly measuring the consumption of the line during the production and also during the stoppages. We taken sample of production with the old technology and the new technology, and we found out that this overall consumption of the line was reduced by 30%. Our customer is encouraging us to continue with the processes that will gradually replace all the conventional lamps with the LEDs by the end of 2027. Conversion from the classical paints used for mercury lamps to the LED curable paints was quite straightforward, because all the major paint suppliers that we work with are already familiar with the technology and are able to develop the paint we need. Our suppliers understand the need to transition, so they fully supported us through the whole process and made it much easier for us to switch. Generally, we are using 3 different paint suppliers. Some of them have already in their laboratories installed the test unit, so they can assist us very easily with the conversion of the paints. Both paints for LED and for conventional can be applied at the same speeds, at the same techniques. Coverage and opacity of the paint is very well controlled. It can happen that UV curable paints are a little bit more expensive, but compared to the waste which is done during the spraying, even these a little bit more expensive paints are much more financially effective. But if you dedicate enough time for the testing, you can achieve the same financial cost for both. We had to test all the surface properties of the products produced using old paint and new paint, because our customer requires extensive testing of the surface durability, quality and color, and we found that LED paints are meeting all the criteria. GEW monitoring is giving us information to complement our energy monitoring system by reporting the consumption of the unit. A combination of our own energy management system and information that we are getting from the GEW report is helping us to communicate the savings that we are achieving to our customer. As part of the implementation process, we were faced with the challenge how to integrate this new LED to the conveyors and to the roller coating. We found out that the GEW was very flexible. They even offered to do the installation at the supplier of the line, do all the testing there, so we could get the whole line as a package from the supplier with the LED units already integrated, connected and ready to go. So we just switched it on and it was running. Yeah, and we really appreciate it because it was very open and very good, very flexible from GEW.
With installation of LED lamps, we are able to introduce in our company new production ranges with more complicated profile, because now we are able to paint them in one pass technology. I think definitely it helped our competitiveness, because our competitors are still not able to do it. We are the first one in our segment who are able to run it in serial production, so definitely this is our advantage. The plan is to continue switching current UV lamps to LED lamps. So for every financial year we are preparing how many lamps will be switched to LED. We are doing this to eliminate the energy consumption due to environmental reasons. We want to be leader and continue in this sustainable way.
My advice to anyone who would like to step into LED curing: don't be afraid. The benefits are there. There is some effort needed, but at the end, it will pay off. If there is anyone using conventional lamps, definitely I would recommend them to go for the LED and move ahead.